Hi guys! Island 2 has just started and it is already way better than the last survival shows I've watched. I don't know if it's gonna continue like that, but for this first episode, I think it was very nice to watch. So let's talk about my impressions and expectations. If you like this kind of content, please subscribe and don't forget to like. Thanks! The episode starts with the girls entering the building, just like Island 1. They all sit in a room and the screen shows some curiosities about them, as well as their current ranking, but I'll tell you who they are when we get to the performances because it's going to be confusing if I say it right now. After this quick meeting, they go the stage room, where they'll be performing the first quest of the show, to decide the ones who will start in Island or in the ground. For those who haven't watched Island 1, the nice and beautiful building is called Island, it fits 12 people. The ones that didn't make it will be taken to the ground, which is a very simplistic building with no rooms or anything. They will be sleeping in their normal dorms, as far as I know from Island 1. It's like two different worlds, a colorful one and a black and white one. Some things have changed from Island 1 to Island 2, and I think it's better now. We all know how Eunchae suffered, and they always say it wasn't really nice to be an island, and they don't like to watch the survival show, although for us as a viewers seemed nice back in the day. For example, now they don't vote for the ones they want to leave the island building, they vote for the ones they want to be with. That way they shouldn't make enemies that easily. Back to the episode, the girls will perform an audition song in small teams. That will decide who will go to Island and who will go to ground. The 5 judges will vote if they want the girl in or out. If they get 3 or more ayes they go to Island. The number that Island supports is 12, so if more girls get in, they'll vote for the colleagues they want to keep there. There are no eliminations yet, and the girls in the ground can try to go to Island on the next missions. They present us the coaches and the room where they can watch the cameras inside Island. This survival show is being held with YG and the Black Label, so the coaches are all related to them. We have Chaeeun, the Big Bang member and now solo artist. Monica, a performance director who's very straight to the point and almost rude sometimes. LingLing, another performance director and dancer. 2 music producers called 24 and Vivienne. And Teddy, the Blackpink producer, is producing the songs for the show. The most reliable person here for me is Chaeeun because he came from a survival show too, so he tells a little bit about his experience, and he knows what it's like. Monica and 24 are the most difficult ones to please. So let's get to the performances. The first one was Unforgiven by Minsol, Ryu Sarang, Jiwon and Juwon. Minsol is 16 and she was only said to be cute, but I think she was more of a dancer. Sarang is 17 and she was highlighted by her dance. Juwon is 17, and she has many awards from dance competition, including national level ones. She knows many styles. Jiwon is 14 and she's the magne of the show. This performance was a bit forgettable for me. I don't know if it's because of the song, cause it doesn't have anything remarkable. They did good on the expressions, but the one who stood out the most for me was Juwon. I thought she had potential, and now that I've watched the next episode I'll tell you, yes, she has great potential. I like Juwon and Jiwon's voice tones. I think they did okay with the vocals, there weren't any mistakes. Sometimes Sarang and Minsol lacked proper breathing, but they were okay. A little bit overrated for me in this first performance. Later on they'll prove their value, especially Sarang, but they didn't impress me at first. Only Jiwon didn't get to Island, and it's funny because I liked her together with Juwon, and I didn't expect 3 people to get to Island. Next performance is After Like, by Yeeun, Chaeeun, Gyuri, Fuko and Kang Jiwon. Yeeun is 17, she is said to be pretty, and was casted because she got popular online. Chaeeun is 17, she was chosen by a ballet school in the UK where the competition is 4,000 to 1. Gyuri is 15, she acted in 2 dramas, being the younger version of the singer IU. Fuko is 19, she was a participant in the Girls Planet 999 survival show. Kang Jiwon is 18, but they didn't show us anything about her, just wrote something in Korean on her card when she entered. With some of the trainees it was like this too. They were pretty and all, but we can't say it was a good performance. I like Chaeeun's personality, but she and Yeeun were not good on the vocals. The dance wasn't bad, but Yeeun made a mistake in the final part, she didn't stand in the center. She is the one who got casted because of being beautiful and popular on the internet, and that's what happens when beauty comes first. I feel sorry for her because the production should have thought better about it. It was embarrassing and I hope she can overcome it because at least she has potential. Jiwon was okay but didn't stand out. Fuko nailed it, felt like it was her song. She and Gyuri were the best there, the most stable, standing out, everything on point. Fuko was complimented by her leadership and her and Gyuri are the ones to go to Island. The other three are out. Next performance is Sweet Venom, by Saebi, Sujung, Yuna, and LingLing. Saebi is 16, she is tall and is a model. Sujung is 17, she participated on Street Dance Girls Fighter 2 and made it to the finals. Yuna is 15 and LingLing is 18, they didn't show us anything about them. I don't know if it was a good song choice because the chorus is a bit complicated, but the beginning showed how stable Saebi was. I also like Sujung's voice, since she's a dancer I didn't expect her to have that part of the song cause it's mostly falsetto, so I got impressed. But of course she has that main dancer aura, she was dancing with a different vibe, your eyes get attracted to her on the dance moves. Yuna unfortunately got off key in the chorus, like really badly and noticeable. But it feels like this song was only made for Saebi and Sujung, I barely see LingLing on screen, and she did fine in her part, I think her voice tone is interesting, but I couldn't hear more of it because she had just that one part. The coaches make harsh comments on Yuna saying she needs to be born again at this point, which oh my god, you didn't have to say this. She wasn't good, but like? Be born again, that's a bit too much, the other part she sang was okay. Saebi and Sujung make it to Island, LingLing and Yuna are out. Next we have the group with the lowest number on the self-evaluation ranking before the survival show, performing Cake by ITZY, by Eunchae, Choi Soul, Yuiko and Nana. Eunchae is 16, she was casted 30 times on the street, which means they like her beauty. Choi Soul is 15, she had taekwondo classes. Yuiko is 15, she was in a Japanese K-pop dance team. And Nana is 18, she participated in Produce 101 Japan. They are the cute team and probably the youngest cause two of them are 15. There's always this same group in every survival show, have you realized that? And the school uniforms, I feel like deja vu anyways, I feel like everybody had low expectations, including myself, but they did okay. The dance was good, I think Choi Soul was the one who stood out the most. They started okay, their singing was okay, until it was Nana in the chorus. I'll just let you see the other girls and coaches' faces, that explains a lot. She was the only one who sang badly, the others were doing fine, but they made a mistake here and there, just not that bad. Eunchae had the biggest lines in the song, she got off key once, but I think she was good as a rapper. They weren't the greatest, so I didn't expect a lot of them to go to Island, but the coaches chose 3 of them, which is everyone but Nana. Next team is a very interesting one, Baggy Jeans, by Yuju, Yui and Koko. Yuju is 16, this is her 3rd survival show participation. Yui is 16, she was voted to be the #1 rapper there. Koko is 17, she was the #1 dancer chosen by the applicants. She and Yui are friends for 5 years. I always like rappers in survival shows or even when I first see a group, I like rap in general, rappers and dancers, and this team is exactly it. I love it. They did great, the only problem was Yuju not singing one part, but the rest of the song was so good to watch, and I would say Koko could have sung the first chorus Baggy Jeans a little smoother, but even like that, I still love the performance. Not to talk about the dance, they all did great, and the dance break was nice. My favorite here was Yui, in her first part one already picked her as a possible member because we need rappers too. But I know more things are to come in the survival show, so let's wait. But yeah, I like them. Koko didn't catch my attention that much, but they all should receive the in. Of course I was dreaming, not all of them received it. Unfortunately they let Yuju out, because she didn't sing her part. That's sad because if you compare to some other performances, she did better overall, it's just that she stopped singing and it was a noticeable mistake, so they had no excuses. And now the most expected performance of the night, Drama, by JEEMIN, Yoongun, Jiyoon and Mai. Yes, JEEMIN is here. She's back to slay. She is 18 and is a former RU Next Survival Show contestant, ranking 4th on the viewers voting in the finals, but not included on the lineup. Yoongun unbelievably is 16. She was said to be an all-rounder and has the most #1 on monthly evaluations. Jiyoon is 18, she's good with vocals. And Mai is 19, she was voted as the prettiest among the girls, and that was surprising. I think she's charming and has something that attracts your eyes to her, and as they said her face is the trendy beauty now, but I don't think she's the #1. That surprised me, because I think she's not the exact beauty pattern that Korea always had, when I first saw her I wondered if she was from another country or mixed race, so that was unexpectedly good news that they are changing this pattern thing. Now to the performance. The best of the best. They all were good, no failures, no disappointments, it's just perfect. Their voices matched so well with their parts, they seemed to be an official group already, they had harmony together. I'll be more perfectionist here. JEEMIN had some difficulty in keeping her breath controlled until the end of the song during Are You Next, and she still isn't the best at it, but in this performance I think she got the right parts, because it was way better than some performances on the other survival show. Mai's voice sometimes was trembling a little bit, maybe because of the breathing technique, or the lack of it, but either way she was good, she didn't get off key or made any noticeable mistake. They all were so good, it's such a nice performance to watch. Jungeun's high notes were something. The coaches said she wasn't perfect, but I don't care. She is my master pick, together with JEEMIN, and that's it. Yoongeun is definitely the best vocal out there and I think we need someone like that in the group. She is good not only on the high notes, but everything. She has such a good control of her voice. The way she ended the song with the fry voice. And JEEMIN is so center material. In this case, it's like they were competing to find out who would get to ILAND with all votes from the coaches. In the end they all went to ILAND, JEEMIN and Yoongeun with all votes, and Mai and Jiwon with 4 votes out of 5. But that doesn't end there, because they showed us a preview of 5 weeks later, apparently JEEMIN getting scolded for something. They said you fell short, like, what? I know they are doing this to make us keep watching and create drama, but like, don't you dare to not let her get to the finals. She is great, I have like 10 people I could possibly add to the group, she is definitely there, and the next phase in the survival show supports 12 people so, there's enough room to her, let her in. Anyway, this episode doesn't end here. Now that they have 16 people supposed to be in ILAND, they'll have to vote for the ones to keep in the house, since it only supports 12 people. The rest of the girls went to the ground and now wait for the ones who will be removed from the ILAND building to arrive. Now the girls inside ILAND have to vote for the ones they want to keep there, differently from ILAND 1, where it was a mess because the boys had to vote for the ones to drop out, and it was ruining some friendships and trust. This time the girls should vote according to the number of IS they received, so if she got 3 I she gets 3 votes, 4 I gets 4 votes, and they're on. They could also vote for themselves, memorize that cause it will be useful in the future. The first place in the coach's opinion would stay in ILAND and the others couldn't vote for her, they chose Yoongeun. They had 30 minutes before voting, so they explored the building while they could. I would honestly do the same. I'll say something that called my attention and now that I've watched the next episode already, I have to say it. They mentioned Fuko a lot when asked about who they wanted to work with, which is funny, you'll see. And JEEMIN was worried if they would want her because she hasn't been a trainee with them for too long. But she was the second most voted to be in. Everybody agrees that the coaches gave too much ILAND enters to the cake group, so it was kind of obvious someone from there would be out. The 4 girls sent to the ground were the 3 from Cake and Minsol from Unforgiven. I think it makes total sense cause Cake and Unforgiven didn't impact like the others. And that's how the first episode ends. I'm glad all the performances were in the same episode. So, what's your favorite performance? Do you have any picks already? Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Bye.